Hello everyone, I am Umar Sheikh and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Australia Immigration Matters. In today's video, I am going to talk about the list of documents required to submit and lodge a skilled migration visa. So if you have already received your final invitation to apply, congratulations for that, and this video is tailor-made for you. We will be discussing about the things you need to know and the documents you need to prepare in order to apply and submit your visa application. So let's get started. So we can broadly classify the list of documents into three different categories. Number one, your identification documents. Number two, your qualification documents. And number three, your work experience related documents. So let's go through each of the categories one by one. If we talk about the identification documents, it include in evidence of birth or age, which comprises of your birth certificate, your national identification card, your driver's license, and in certain cases, you also need to provide change of name proof as part of the other documents. Other than the evidence of birth or age, you need to provide your passport biodata page scanned copy as your travel document. After that, you need to get your passport sized photograph as per the Australian standard passport size dimensions from any digital studio, which can provide you the digital copy as part of your facial image requirement. After this, you need to provide evidence of character history through police clearance certificate from all the countries where you have lived more than 12 months in the past 10 years. Now, the police clearance certificate is required by all the applicants of the visa who are 17 years of age or over. After that, if you are currently residing in Australia, you also need to provide your current visa copy, or it can be your substantive visa or it can be a bridging visa. You need to provide your current active visa copy as part of your identification documents. Now, let's move to the next chapter, which is qualifications document. As part of the qualifications documents, you need to provide evidence of your qualifications. Either you have completed any qualification from overseas or from Australia. Now, there are two important elements of the evidence of qualifications from either of the cases. It includes educational certificates or degree or diploma certificates, and it also includes academic transcripts of your completed educations. So you need to provide and have scanned, clear colored scanned copies of these two documents for each of your completed educations. After that, you have to provide your evidence of English language ability. Now, the English language ability evidence is required from both primary and secondary applicants. And in case the secondary applicant hasn't completed the English language test, then at least the functional English language test proof or functional English language competency level has to be proven by the partner. For the evidence of English language, any English language test scorecard has to be uploaded. It can be from PTE Academic, it can be from any two types of IELTS, OET, or the Cambridge C1 test. Now, at least an evidence of functional English is required from partner to avoid payment of second installment of the visa application charge. So now what does it mean? It means that if your partner hasn't completed any English language test and cannot prove the function at least functional language English test, then you will need to pay a second installment of the partner's visa application charge, which is around 4,900 Australian dollars. After that, let's talk about the work experience documents. Now, the work experience documents include the evidence of your work experience. Either you have done from your overseas work experience or employment, or from Australian employment. You have to provide key documents which you have already used for your skills assessment application as well. So it mainly includes your employment reference letter, the pay slips, bank statements, and employment contracts. And also, if you have your tax return documents and your provident fund documents, your superannuation documents, you can also attach those documents in other ends by specifying the title of the document. So these are the main evidence of work experience by the primary applicant. Now let's talk about the professional year program. In certain cases, the applicants have completed their professional year program, and since they are claiming points for the professional year in their EOI, that's why the evidence of professional year completion will also be required, and its evidence is through PYP certificate issued by the relevant authority. After that, if you and your partner both have claimed your work experience points and also your qualification skills assessment points, specifically talking about the partner, then the skills assessment outcome letters of you and your partner have all to be uploaded. And in case you aren't claiming your partner skills assessment points, then only the skills assessment outcome letter of the primary applicant will be required as part of the work experience documents. Now, there are certain specific documents which are related to the applicants other than the primary applicant, which include for the partner documents, you need to provide the evidence of member of family unit. Now, the relationship certificate should be issued from a government issued authority. This can be a family registration certificate or a family book. You have to check with your relevant government authority to get this relationship certificate in order to prove and provide the evidence of member of family unit as secondary applicant. Other than that, the secondary applicant's evidence of relationship has to be provided. So it can be so there can be two cases. Either your partner is your married spouse or your partner is your de facto spouse. In both cases, you have to prove the type of relationship which you have claimed in your EOI. Now, for the married cases, the marriage certificate, the officially issued marriage certificate will serve the purpose. But in the case of the de facto relationship, you will need to provide the proof of relationship registration by the Australian state, which is the best type of proof in the case of de facto relationship. Otherwise, you will have to prove your joint lease agreements or mortgage agreements where you are living together, or your joint bank account statements, or any other financial instrument where you and your partner both are mentioned through a single document. So that has to be provided in the case of de facto relationship. And in case you have claimed that you have separated or you are now divorced from your partner, in that case, since you are claiming 10 points, in that case, you will need to provide the official legal divorce papers or official legal divorce or separation documents from any official government authority as part of the evidence of relationship from the secondary applicant. Now, after the partner documents, now let's talk about the specific documents of dependents who are your children. And the specific document for your children also include the evidence of member of family unit, as mentioned earlier, for the partner, which can be your any relationship certificate from the official government authority. Other than that, there are specific documents from the children. So if your children are under 18, then the consent documents for children under 18 has to be provided. Now it can be form 1229, which is the consent form that you have the authority to take your children who are under 18 years of age with you to Australia, or it has to be a legal court order allowing your children to migrate with you, or adoption papers in case you have an adopted child. If your children are over 18 years of age, then you have to provide the consent documents for children over 18, which can include a Form 47A, which is all about the details of the children, and the proof of dependency that you have to prove that the children over 18 years of age are still financially and morally and socially dependent upon you as the main applicant of the visa application. Only in that case they will be eligible to be part of your visa application. So these are the specific documents related to the children or dependent who are migrating with you. Now, to conclude, there is a general guidance for you guys. So all the non-English documents have to be translated into English as part of your visa application documents. You have to scan or photograph all the documents in color. If these are original documents, there is no need to certify. You need to color scan all the documents. Or if you are taking the photograph, you have to be very specific, and high quality photographs needs to be provided. The scans and photos must be very, very clear. It should be readable. There should be no blurred images. And if a document type is having more than one page, then save it as a single file to upload against one category in your visa application. Now, once you have lodged your visa application by submitting all these documents, as we have mentioned in our video, and by paying the fee, you need to keep in mind the things you need to do post visa application. Now, the things you need to do post visa lodgement include: you have to fill and submit Form 80, and the Form 80 is for the applicants who are 16 years of age or over. And you also need to submit polio vaccination certificate. In from some countries, the polio vaccination certificate is also required, so that will also be added under the other documents section of your visa lodgement, which will appear after you have submitted your visa application. Similarly, Form 80 will have to be uploaded under the other documents section. And lastly, once you have done from all these things, you have to generate your HAP ID from the health assessment tab of your visa application. And from the HAP ID, you have to book your medical examination appointment and complete your medical examination appointment. And also, if you are applying for 491 visa application, then you have to complete your biometric verification as well. And it can be through appointment, and in some countries, you can go walk in to the Australian approved institutes where the biometric verification is allowed. With that note, I would like to thank everyone for supporting us. Keep following our social media networks and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.